Hey ladies. Okay, so I believe we are recording. Just wanted to do a really quick video on inviting people to events. More specifically, I've been working with new consultants inviting people to their debut parties, but this can kind of go for all events. So we're going to talk a little bit, don't mind me in my robe, ready for bed, but we're going to talk a little bit about business debuts and then just general inviting people to events, okay? So here's the thing. When you're inviting people to events, whether it be a party, a debut party, a guest event, no matter what it is, the single most important thing that you need to remember is that there has to be a personal touch to your invitation. Sorry, I'll try to get that light out of the way in the mirror. So there has to really be a personal touch, because if there's no personal touch, then when you're just putting something out on Facebook or just posting saying that you're hosting an event, or you just do a Facebook event, there's no personalization to that. So people might think, well, she invited me, but look at all these other people she invited. So is it really that important that I come? Okay. Whereas if you reach out to people individually and say, hey, I'm having this event, such and such a night. It would really mean the world to me if you came and supported me. Do you think you'd be able to make it? And it's more personalized specifically to them. They are much more likely to come, okay? Or even just consider coming, okay? So you want to remember that, because I think with social media, it makes it so easy for us to think we can just throw an event out there, invite people to it, post within the event, and that it's going to do something to the people who are in it. And that is not necessarily true. So I wanted to start out with that first. So specifically when it comes to debut parties for new consultants, so if you're a new consultant and you're planning your debut party, this is for you. But there's three super important things. One is that you build your contact list to about 100 people and that you mail out physical invitations to them, okay? The second is that you personally place a follow-up call to every single invitee. And that the third thing is that you send your yes and maybe list to me to place final confirmation calls, okay? So let's say we're working on planning your debut, okay? And we've set the date, we've set the time. One of the most important things that you're gonna wanna do is to get your contact list together. So who is going to go on this contact list? Of course, your friends and family are going to be on this list, okay? Because they're going to be the people who, care to really support your business, especially in the beginning. And when you reach out to them in a personal way, like I teach you in our business debut coaching sheet, it will make them really consider coming, and they'll really know how important it is to you that they're there. So you want to build your contact list to 100 people. So this is going to be everyone you know at Skin. If you've recently gotten married, like the people that you invited to your wedding, or baby shower, bridal shower, people who you send a Christmas card list to, the people who are on your cell phone, your close acquaintances on Facebook, all that kind of stuff. But I would always say aim for around 100 people, okay? Mailing out physical invitations. Here's the thing. People pay more attention to a physical invitation. Here's why. I have my mail on my table right now, and I'm going to show you something, okay? So this was my mail today. A bunch of regular envelopes, probably bills, okay? And then I got this from Mary Kay, a personalized postcard signed to me with pretty print. So when I opened the mail, and even when Danny looked at the mail tonight, guess what we both went to first? This postcard from the company. Why? Because it's, number one, different than the rest of the mail that came today. It's not in a white envelope. We knew that it wasn't a bill. And so the snail mail has really gone out the window nowadays. When you send someone a personal mailed invitation, they will stick that on their refrigerator, and they're more likely to remember that event. And also, then when you call to follow up with them, that's something that you can say in your message. Hey, Mary, it's Alyssa. I'm so excited about my debut party that I'm hosting next Friday night. I was just wondering if by chance you got your invitation in the mail. She might say yes or no or whatever. And then you can say, okay, well, I just really wanted to, take the time and call and make sure you got your invitation, because it would really mean the world to me if you were able to make it. I'm so excited about my new venture, and I would just love your support. Do you think you can come? And see what they say, okay? Now I give you a script in this document, but just for example, that's just like off the top of my head, what I would say to somebody, okay? But this is probably one of the only times, other than when you're coaching hostesses on how to have a really strong party, that I'll really talk to you about the importance of physically mailing the invitation, okay? Except for like open houses and things like that, I still think that physically mailing an invitation is something that needs to be done. Okay, follow-up phone calls. So I really want you to spend a few days before your event contacting everybody who you've invited. I know you're going to send out a bunch of invitations, and so when you think about calling all those people, it might be a little, oh my God, that's a lot of people to call. But here's what I know. I know that when we follow up with people, they are so much more likely to really consider joining us, because one, they can hear the excitement in our voice. Two, we can really convey the message that we want to share with them. And so that really can get them attached to what we are doing and asking them to come and be a part of. And so you really, really want to do that. And then there's a script that I give you in the business debut about how to leave messages on the voicemail, because that's a majority of what you're going to leave. A lot of people don't answer their phone when you call them. They might be busy with something else or whatever. So you usually end up leaving a decent amount of voicemails, as opposed to the number of people who you actually get. It's about 60 to 70% that you're going to reach on voicemail, okay? So you want to have high energy, but you don't want to sound too over the top or hyper. Anytime that you raise your voice super high, you can sound really fake. And so you don't want to sound fake. You want to be able to convey your excitement, but not sound fake about it at the same time. And you want to just have a smooth, energized voice. Hey, Patty, I'm so excited about this Thursday. I don't know if you saw, but I'm having this really fun multi-masking event at my house, and I just thought that it would be something that you would really, really enjoy. So do you see how I'm kind of energetic, but I'm not too over the top? And you always want to have a script, because if you're like me or most people, when you call somebody, you tend to just word vomit because you get very nervous, and all of a sudden, it's almost like they pick up the phone and they say hello, and then we're like, oh my God, they actually answered. And then we just word vomit because they actually picked up the phone and we were more prepared to get a voicemail, okay? So you want to have a script that you can kind of read from, because you will do so much better with the script, okay? Remember, success in this business truly is a numbers game. So in terms of a debut party, 75 to 100 invitations is a good amount of invitations. And here's why. Because with that many invitations, you can typically expect anywhere from 12 to 20 people, okay? That's a really good amount for a debut party. Because our goal at a new consultant's debut party is to get her business started, to get her first faces booked, her next appointments booked, and her power start booked. So remember, a power start is 30 faces in 30 days. And so we're going to really be focusing on that throughout a debut party. And so by having 12 to 20 people there, we have a really, really great chance of getting you off to a really good start. Now, have I had consultants who have less than that? Absolutely. Does it mean that it wasn't successful? No, it doesn't. But if you are really, really working on me helping you get your Power Start booked, or your recruiter helping you get your Power Start booked, the more people that you can get there, the better it's going to be for you, okay? And then after you've called people, you're going to have a list of people who said yes, a list of people who said maybe, and a list of people who said no. I always assume that the maybes are no's. At that, it's just safer for yourself to bet that the maybes are no's. Because if the maybe by chance is a yes and she ends up showing up, perfect. But if she doesn't, then you're not going to be disappointed because you were already counting her in the no's, if that makes sense. So I, or your recruiter, will follow up with all of your yeses, okay? And so you want to make sure that you have all your yeses jotted down. And what we're going to do is we have a little script that we use, and it's going to say something like this. Hey, Stacy, this is Alyssa O'Neill with Mary Kay, and I'm so excited. Sharon tells me that you're planning to join us at her business debut celebration. And so I just wanted to leave a quick message to thank you in advance. You have no idea how much you are helping her. It really means the world that you've carved your time out of your schedule to come and support her tonight in her new adventure. One quick reminder, she's working to have 15 guests. So if you bring a friend to help her out, she's going to treat you to a free gift. We will be starting about 6:30. So I really look forward to meeting you in person. And that's basically all that we're going to say. To confirm. And here's what I know. I know that when we confirm and thank people ahead of time for coming, it really solidifies how important it is to the new consultant that this person is present and how serious they are about the start of their business. So that's in terms of talking about debut parties. Now let's talk about an open house or another party that you're having. Same deal, guys. The personalization, that personal touch really, really needs to be there. I can't even tell you how many consultants I've had tell me, oh, I set up a Facebook event and so I'm ready. No, you're not just ready with a Facebook event, okay? You have to have it set up. And so there's other varieties of ways. I always tell people at least 2 forms of communication. So if you don't have their physical address, then an e-card might be something you want to consider. So I'm going to screen share super fast to my desktop here. Okay, and so when you're on Mary Kay in Touch, if you go to your business tools and my customers, and you have your customers listed in here, in the manage your customers, you have all your customers added in there. You can send them an e-card, which is really cool. So hold on, I just gotta find it. So you go to customer e-cards under business tools and you can click on that. And then there are tons of different e-cards that you can select from. So you can send them e-cards about different products. And then there's some generic ones if you go up here, like greetings and special events. You can send them one for their birthday, just different times of the year, marketing your business. So if you're welcoming a customer, a new business announcement. So if you are a new consultant, maybe you would choose this one, okay? And it says, I've got beautiful news. Dear blank, guess what? I've started my own business and it's all about helping you look and feel more beautiful. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? So you can make an e-card. You can customize them however you want to have them customized. You can pick just plain ones that don't have any writing in them. It's totally up to you. But that's how you send an actual e-card. Okay? Let's say you want to do an event on Facebook. So to create an event on Facebook, if you just go under events and create event, you want to create a private event. So your event should be private. You're going to upload a photo. So I always will just search on Google or Pinterest for a cute Mary Kay picture. I'll upload a photo, I'll do the event, the location, the time, description, blah, blah, blah. And all of that will be set up. and then I'll click create and it will create the event. So like right now I have 2 online parties going on. So I just found like a cute thing for this, and then I invite the hostess and then she invites her guests, okay? And then I just post within here about different things. So that's basically how you set up a Facebook party. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. So I hope that that helps you kind of figure out how to set up the events. And also when you are in an event, hold on, let me go back to screen sharing. When you're in an event, you can, I think if you click on, no wait. You can actually send a message to all of the invitees as well. I forget how you do that, but it's in there somewhere. I forget how to do that right now. But you can send a personal message to all the people who have been invited to the event. So that's something else that you can do too. But I hope that that makes sense. I hope that that helps. You know, you can definitely still send a mailed invitation, an e-card, and then follow up with a phone call or a text. Definitely a phone call for debut parties, but like follow up with a text for maybe if you're having your open house or something like that. You want to make sure that you're hitting people with a variety of different levels of communication so that they really understand how important it is to you. But whenever they can really hear your voice and your energy and your excitement, that's when they're going to get the most excited about that. So if you have any questions about any of that stuff, just shoot them my way. I hope that that helps.